Okay, and you were saying, Ruby?
I was saying I like the assessment because it gives you the opportunity to assess yourself in areas that you didn't even think about. You know, some things you never even thought about. You're just going along, you're just going along. And then when you see this in writing, you think, okay, where am I in this scheme of things? And you know, that description that you gave from the Sunday school lesson, it really is a, you know, a good fit because, you know, sometimes I'm looking and I'm thinking, well, I never even thought about that.
Hmm.
I never thought about that. I never really thought or gave a lot of thought to predicting how people are going to react. I never really gave,
Hmm.
you know, that much thought. But when it was, you know, in the assessment, I thought to myself, I said, well, you know, when I think about it, I can't predict how people are going to act or what they're going to do, whether we're going to be received, what's going to happen. And it doesn't matter because you know, sometimes one person
Yes.
can just bring the chaos.
Hmm.
Okay, one person can do it. So I appreciate the assessment because it gives me the opportunity too to say, okay, well, where do I need to make improvements?
Yeah, and what I like about assessments is we kind of know who we are, what we think, and all that other stuff. But the assessment puts it all down on paper in an organized way and helps you to be more mindful of all of that stuff that's going on. And to hear you guys talk about it, it's just, I don't know, to me, it's just confirmation to me. And there are people who don't want to do the assessments because they say, well, you know, I don't need an assessment to tell me who I am or what I need to do. It's crystal clear. But 9 times out of 10, and I won't even say 9 times, I would say 10 times out of 10, when I am talking to people, you know, in coaching, you know, they may tell me that they need XYZ, right? And then we do these assessments and it shows, you know, in some cases it may show they need the whole alphabet, right? That they never thought about, you know, because we are such we're all narcissists, right? We all think about ourselves and what we know, and we think of that as the end all be all. But then when you have a chance to look at the stuff objectively, that's when, you know, I think really beautiful stuff can happen.
And the assessments also bring a certain amount of humility.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be humble enough to look at this assessment, you know, and then be honest enough to say, okay, these are some of my weak points. I'm strong here, but I could definitely use some improvement over here. Or like what Ms. Ruby was saying, wow, I never even, I never even thought of that before. You know, but it takes a certain amount of humility. You have to be humble enough to look at it clearly and realize that there's still work that you can do on yourself, on yourself, because of the work that you want to do in the community.
That part, that part, because of what you want to do, you got to be cool. And I always share this with what I used to say about my business. It was like, I know me, I'm hot tempered. I really don't like to play games. So it's like, even with my company, I would never want to be the chief executive officer, right?
Mhm.
Not because I don't think I could be, but I just know that at some point, I'm gonna do something or say something to somebody that I have absolutely no business in, and in political waters like, you know, Chicago and other places that can harm you. So it's like, I wanna find someone who, hey, you love talking, you love being on time, you love hitting the project end dates right on. It's like, I don't do any of that, right? So I would have to be where I am now. I'm a program, I'm a thinker. You know, I like to come in, I like to figure out, you know, the probability and then work out the abstract and the concrete. But it's like, I don't want to build it.
Right, right. Yep.
I don't want to build it. And I just think those things are good to know in terms of what this is helping me understand is as fly as you think you are, as adaptive as you, I mean, you may be all of those things, but if you don't have a structured understanding of how you bring nothing into something, then that's not gonna help you. You know, you have to really have an understanding of, you know, leadership. Why is it important to the structure? Why is it something that's important to you? Why is it something that you're competent and capable in for the vision you have? It's like I have a vision, but I understand that I can't sit at the head of it though,
Right.
because I would be a detriment. And I learned that from and then even after I got mad, it was like, but it's the truth. It's the truth. So, you know, once you get out of your little pity party, you know, begin to make some adjustments, right?
Right.
It's not an unhealthy critique. You know, it's a critique that if you take heed, it's gonna make you much better at what you do for you and yours, but more importantly, what you do for your colleagues. Right? So I mean, I really love it.
Okay. I'm glad. Have any of you been able to, I guess, consciously apply what you're learning? Sometimes we apply stuff and we're not conscious of it. Do you feel, I mean, honestly, and I know it's been a short time since you've taken the assessment, but at this point, do you feel like you have been applying some of what you have observed in your assessment, in your work life? Does it make you more self-aware? Or is it too soon to tell? You know, I know you guys just did it, so it's sometimes it's too soon to tell.
I mean, for me, it's working in the sense that, I mean, one, I love learning.
Oh, wow.
And then two, I love it. I love executing what I know and seeing it work. Right. So from this perspective, it's like even working with you, everything about my program has always been in my head. So if I get invited to somewhere, if I got to explain it to somebody, if I got to work it through, if I got to be adaptive with it, I can do that. But it's like you chatted, well, where is that at on paper? Where is that at in the manual? Where is that at in? So what this has helped me do is took all those 10,000 pieces of paper, right? And all of those notebooks and all of those ideas, and now it's helping me organize that. I mean, like in a real structured way. It's like, what are you doing? How do you create that consistent formula, right? For executing your vision, right? And then the second part to that is, it's bringing me out of procrastination because I'm a heavy procrastinator. It's like, I'll do it. But now it's like, no, if it touches your mind right now, if it's something on the table, just get it done. Do it now, right?